It's moments spent with friends and family, creating lifelong memories. These moments are part of a greater picture. These moments are just killing time. Just Killing Time is brought to you by Daniel Boone Log Homes, ATV Backpacker, The Heater Bodysuit, Seymour Sight Systems, Cedar Knoll Lodge, Woods Eye Camo, BTD Game Calls, Deerhaven Trophy Bucks, Hoyman Saws, True Lock Choke Tubes, and Caldwell Shooting Supplies.
Hey, look like Santa Claus done come early. My table's gone out the trophy room, but I got a blind, folks, a nice blind. And Buck ain't here as usual with legal.
What are you talking about? Man, me not here?
You gonna scare me half to death one day. I'm gonna fall out on the floor and have a heart attack.
You've never beat me to one of these things, man. And what do you think about my new rhino blind?
I think it's gonna look nice sitting in my turkey woods.
Well, you keep telling yourself that.
While
you're telling yourself that, I'm gonna tell the folks what we're doing today. Folks, today we're hunting turkeys with stick and string, and I'm gonna let Max tell you who we're hunting with today.
Oh, brother, you know. The unknown turkey slayer and our own Freddie McGuire down in Tennessee. They got a bird already coming in. Let's get right into the footage and see if old Freddie can put an arrow through it.
Hey, get out of my way, you're blocking the light.
Well, I'm gonna block something else out your light here. Roof fell in.
Now, folks, if I were a turkey, I'd have nightmares about the unknown turkey slayer and Freddie putting decoys out in my part of the world and hunting. And all I can tell you is if this old boy knew what he was walking into, he would be about 3 counties away by now going put the whole time. Now, folks, you've noticed you haven't heard Freddie or the unknown turkey slayer make one single call to this bird. We as turkey hunters tend to call too much and too often. When you got a bird in sight and he's committed himself like this one has and he's coming to the decoys, the best thing you can do if you want to put him in the bag is just be quiet, be patient, and let nature take its course. You'll see here in a minute, they swing the camera right in front of the bird and let him walk in frame to the decoy. They do this to give Freddie the time to get set up with his bow, get it drawn back, and get ready to make his shot. Folks, let's watch that again.
Well, folks, here he is, beautiful gobbler. We had a great hunt this morning. We've been fighting the weather. It's been rainy and nasty and foggy and windy and you name it, we've about had it today. But my good buddy, the unknown turkey slayer, once again did his homework and knew where these birds were. We slipped in here and put out a Jake decoy, and obviously you pretty much saw the hunt as it unfolded on film. Got the turkey into the decoy about 15 yards and made what I thought was a great shot, and had a difficult time finding the bird, but we did finally found it, and he's a beautiful gobbler. Got about probably 1.1 inch spurs, good thick 10-inch beard, and just a wonderful hunt. This is my first spring bow kill, so I'm obviously very excited about that, and adds a whole nother element to it, and it was certainly exciting. I want to thank my good buddy, the Unknown Turkey Slayer. He did it again.
Hey, brother, what'd you think of that?
Hey,
Cha-ching!
Cha-ching is right, man. Stick and string, Freddie McGuire, he's a turkey slayer.
I tell you, him and the Unknown Turkey Slayer, as I said before, folks, when they get together, you've seen it here on Just Killing Time, turkeys are in trouble. We'll be back in just a moment. Where's the door to say?
Hey, I put a lock on, man. It's like always. You're always on the outside looking in.
Oh, man!
This segment of Just Killin' Time has been made possible by Seymour Sight Systems. It's another jelly head for a true lock.
With a True Lock choke tube, you're truly locked and loaded.
The heater bodysuit is a one-garment solution for staying warm on stand. Our warranty is buy it, wear it. If you get cold, we'll give you your money back. No one in the clothing industry has such a warranty or dares to have such a warranty.
Get a Seymour Sight System and see what you have been missing.
This segment of Just Killin' Time is made possible by True Lock Choke Tubes.
Let me get in this.
What are you doing? Hey, take it easy on the blind. Take it easy on, be patient, my man, be
I
patient.
am patient, brother.
Take it easy. Hey.
I am patient, man.
All right.
And speaking of patience, folks, this next hunt, we're going with a gentleman that's near and dear to my heart and the rest of the JKT crew. I'm gonna tell you, we had a little audio problems on this hunt, but it's a hunt of a lifetime.
Right.
Y'all wait till y'all watch this footage.
Yep, right, it's touching, man.
You know, Buck and I cut up and kid all the time, folks, and we have a lot of fun doing it, and that's what it's all about. But as we go into this next hunt, it relates around a serious topic. And we've said all the time that you have to be careful when you're in the woods. Bad things do and can happen to good people. And on that note, I have Mr. Barry Erickson with us. He's been nice enough to come with us today. Barry, thanks for being on the show, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This hunt we're about to show you, folks, is actually one of Barry's hunts. We had some audio problems with the camera. It happens, but the footage is so astounding. And the Lord above was there on the hunt and touched everybody and blessed everybody. At the beginning of the hunt, Barry, there's a banner up there. It has a man's name on it. Would you tell us a little bit about that gentleman and what he meant to you?
Yeah, Gene Parker, dear friend of mine. I idolized from when I was just a kid. Friend, a mentor, just a great person and the best hunter I've ever known. He recently passed away of cancer before this hunt that you're going to see. We now do this hunt in his memory.
Barry, I know for me and other folks that hunt, one of the greatest things about being outdoors is watching God wake up the world every morning. Now, I'm going to ask you what may be a difficult question for you, but I feel the folks at home should hear the answer. What is, when you were 31 years old, what's the difference between watching God wake up the world at 31 before your accident and watching him wake up the world today after your accident?
Oh, just appreciate it so much more now. I took so much for granted before I was injured. You know, life was just a given back then. You know, you didn't appreciate every day you got up. You didn't appreciate the sunrise. You didn't appreciate the sunset. Now, every morning in the spring turkey woods for me is just, it's Christmas. You know, I mean, you know, you watch the sunrise, you hear the earth wake up, you know, the birds start to sing, seeing the day come to life. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot more now.
Barry, before we get too deep into this hunt, how old were you when you became paralyzed?
I was 34 years old.
And it was due to an accident, correct?
Yes, it was.
And from what I've been told, it was actually revolving around a tree stand safety incident.
Yes, sadly enough, it was.
Do you mind sharing that with the folks at
I'd
home?
be more than glad. It was a Sunday afternoon, 1 week of bow season left, and we had just finished up our apple harvest, so I was going to have a week of hunting left, you know, where I could get in some good morning and evening hunts. Sunday afternoon, I'd found a place just loaded with deer sign. So I come back to the house, got my tree stands, all my equipment, and everything loaded up. And before I did, stopped at my dad's house for some reason, told him I'm gonna be, over in this spot, and I'm gonna put up a tree stand. So I got over there, got my steps in, got the stand hung, had my safety belt attached, had it on, putting up the tree stand the whole time. But I wanted to get up in the stand to just check for some shooting lanes. It was really thick in there. So when I got in the stand, I had to unattach my safety belt to get up in the stand. Well, I didn't reattach it. And, didn't have any reason to. I wasn't thinking. I said, well, I'm only taking a few seconds just to see what shooting lanes I need to cut, and I'm getting right back down. Before you know it, I'm on the ground.
Barry, it looks to me like you're using a tube call. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Where do you get them at?
Well, they're all handmade. This one, as a matter of fact, I made years ago before my accident.
Really?
But I never used them then. I just made them kind of play around with.
Huh.
The reason I use them now is before my accident, I didn't use a turkey call. I used my natural voice. And that's all I ever called a turkey in.
Really?
Yep, for 15, 18 years. Natural voice. But when I was hurt, my diaphragm was affected. Can't get enough air, and I gag on a mouth call. Don't have the dexterity to use slate box call, so the only choice I had, tube call.
Let me hear a thing.
Well, we'll see.
Don't embarrass me too bad, okay?
That's basically all I do.
Max, I've never met Barry personally, but just from what you're telling me and watching this, man, it's touching. I tell you what, he's pretty daggone good on that tube call. Better than you are on most of your calls.
He's excellent on that tube call.
He's good.
Folks, you spend some time with Mr. Arrington, and I can guarantee you one thing, you'll realize quick, you ain't got no problems. We'll be back in just a moment.
This segment of Just Killin' Time has been made possible by BTD Game Calls.
The heater bodysuit is a one-garment solution for staying warm on stand. Our warranty is buy it, wear it. If you get cold, we'll give you your money back. No one in the clothing industry has such a warranty or dares to have such a warranty.
Get a Seymour sight system and see what you have been missing.
It's another jelly head for a True Lock.
With a True Lock chuck tube, you're truly locked and loaded.
This segment of Just Killin' Time is made possible by Woods Eye Camo.
Man, this is a nice blind. What kind of blind you say this was again, brother?
It's a rhino, man. How many times I got to tell you?
No bull, it's called a rhino.
Yes, it's a rhino. Folks, let's get right back into this hunt with Barry. He's getting ready to bear down on a turkey. I just feel it. And I'm going to draw Max a picture and write the word rhino on there for him.
The name of the company is Rhino.
Yeah, it's rhino, no bull. It's a rhino.
Now, Barry, with all that calling, I know something's bound to come in. So just tell us, what showed up first?
Well, Strutter showed up, but they ended up being 5 Jakes. And they put on the best show you will ever see. Gobble, strutting, come right into the decoys, just brilliant show.
Barry, after all these Jakes, eased out of the field? And that is a pasture field, I assume, correct?
Yes.
What happened after that?
I got a little slow there for a while. We'd hear a bird gobble every now and then. A couple deer walk through. And then I think Amy or Freddie one looked up in the woods and said, there comes, I think that's a bird right there. And sure enough, here come two longbeards. And they hit the edge of the field there, and they kind of, you know, a little bit, I don't know, tense or whatever. They didn't want to come, but all of a sudden they kind of got, yeah, we're going to go down and check out and see what's going on.
You know what they said? They probably said, them jakes is gone. So
Yeah.
we can handle this.
Yeah.
Barry, one thing you mentioned, you were taking a crossbow because you wanted this hunt to be special. I have said this before, but I'm going to tell you to your face, you inspire me. Here you are. I watch the post you do on vaturkey.com, and every year you're consistently into deer, you're into turkeys, you're having quality experiences. And then on this hunt, you choose to take a crossbow, and it blows my mind. Here I am working, you know, with a shotgun to kill a turkey, and I know how difficult it can be, and I can be mobile and that type of thing, and get to places and do things that you know you're not able to do at this point. Why a crossbow? Why even limit yourself further? Is it because, explain it to me, I'm curious.
Well, every year now for the past 5 or 6 years, I've tried to take crossbow at least 2 or 3 hunts, just for the challenge. You know, I feel it's kind of special because you got to get the bird a little closer. And man, I love it when they gobble when they're about 15 yards away. You know, it's just something a little bit special about that. But the hunt was going to be on our farm, and I'd already killed a turkey that year, so you know, I said, well, if I kill another one, you know, I want it to be really special.
Buck, brother, old pal, old friend of mine.
No, you ain't getting my rhino blind?
No, I was gonna say, folks, y'all know it's true. I can't imagine you trying to take a crossbow and kill a turkey. He can barely get one kill with a gun.
Well, if I had somebody, a partner that could get him in a little closer, I would use my bow.
What else you
Folks,
want?
we'll be right back in just a moment.
I told you not to turn around that way. I called the turkey in, you was turning around backwards.
This segment of Just Killin' Time has been made possible by Caldwell Shooting Supplies.
Get a Seymour sight system and see what you have been missing.
It's another jelly head for a true lock.
With a True Lock choke tube, you're truly locked and loaded.
The heater bodysuit is a one-garment solution for staying warm on stand. Our warranty is buy it, wear it. If you get cold, we'll give you your money back. No one in the clothing industry has such a warranty or dares to have such a warranty.
This segment of Just Killin' Time is made possible by Hoyman Saws.
Folks, let's get right back into the action. Hey, old Barry's got a couple longbeards in his sights, and I'm just glad Freddie's sitting there with him in the blind and not you-know-who.
What do you mean, you know who? You're sitting there with a crossbow. Freddie and Amy's with you. The camera's rolling. What's going through your mind?
I'm thinking you got to get 15 yards. You know, I want you close in the decoys.
That's the magic number, 15 yards?
Well, that's where I want them anyway, because I feel a lot better at that distance. You know, I'm looking through the scope on my crossbow, and I'm just waiting for that shot. And finally, one of them turns. I said, whispered to Freddie, said, you know, that's too good to pass up. And, you know, send the bolt on his way.
And the rest is history.
Pretty much for that one bird anyway.
All right, brother, that shot looked really good. We watched the replay, it looks good. Now, probably one of the hardest times for you, it is for me, and I know it's probably even worse for you, is waiting to make sure that animal, the recovery as we call it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's especially hard for me because I'm not able to, you know, run out there and get that bird. You know, before I was injured, the bird wasn't dead till I got my foot on his neck. Mm-hmm. And now I have to sit there, you know, and either wait for somebody to go retrieve a bird, you know, whatever. But this bird even more so made it worse because it got out of sight. You know, took wing, sailed around a little deadfall, and, you know, we weren't sure it would hit the ground running, hit the ground dead, or what. So, we're waiting for this other bird to kind of, leave a little bit, get out of there so he wouldn't be so spooked. Finally, I couldn't take it any longer, and I said, Freddie, will you go find that bird, man? I said, it's killing me.
I seen you put your hands up. Are you doing what I figure you're doing?
Yeah,
you giving
man,
the
I'm
Lord
thanking
above
God,
thanks?
man.
Yes, sir.
I'm thanking God.
Yes, sir. He gave us all the critters that we pursue, and they do so much to help us. We learn so much from them, at least I do, that other aspects of our lives, you can relate things that you learn from God's animals into your own life. And I just, Barry, congratulations. It's a fine hunt. One thing you mentioned to me earlier, and I want to touch on again, is the way you hunt now, the way you have to hunt versus the way you hunted when you were younger. You mentioned the word patience, and we've all said for many years that patience kills a lot of turkeys. And obviously, you're proof of that. You're proof of that. And tell us a little bit about how you hunted then and how you hunt now.
Before my injury, I was running gun. I'd find a bird that was hot, set up, try to kill him. And, if I couldn't find a bird set up on, I'd come on back and go to work. Now, I'll pre-scout my spots, find a place I want to set up where it's likely a bird, if he's not there, he's going to be there sometime during that day. And I'll sit there till 12 o'clock or, whatever the quitting time is, and I'm fine. If I sit there long enough, bird's going to come around. He's going to show himself.
And you've learned a lot more about how turkeys handle themselves and their
I've,
daily routines too, don't you?
I've killed more birds now between, say, 9:30 and 12 o'clock than I ever did before. One of my birds this year is killed 12 noon, dead on the dot.
High noon, huh?
Yep.
Well, listen, brother, I hope we get the opportunity, some of us, to get to go with you again in the future. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You're an inspiration to all of us guys on the JKT crew. You're an inspiration to me because there are some days I wake up and go, I really don't feel like getting out of bed. And I tell you, this is the God's truth. I think, you know what? Barry Arrington was laying here. He'd look at me and say, Max, I wished I could put my feet on the floor and get out of bed. And I love you and thank you for sharing. Congratulations on the hunt. God bless you, my friend.
Appreciate it, brother.
Love you. God bless you.
Just Killin' Time has been brought to you by Daniel Boone Log Homes, ATV Backpacker, The Heater Bodysuit, Seymour Sight Systems, Cedar Knoll Lodge, Woods Eye Camo, BTD Game Calls, Deerhaven Trophy Bucks, Hoyman Saws, True Lock Choke Tubes, and Caldwell Shooting Supplies.
Folks, I really don't know what else I can add to that. Barry, I love you. God bless you. You're such an inspiration to me and all the crew. Thanks for sharing that with us. Thanks for sharing your story. Folks, please, we've said it before and I'll say it again, be careful. Bad things do happen to good people and it only takes a second of not paying attention. And you never know, you could end up hurting yourself in a very bad way. Just be careful out there.
Yeah, I can't add anything else. Barry, you are an inspiration. And folks, like you could see Barry there at the end of his hunt, man, he was just thanking the good Lord for letting him be able to do this. And we're all thankful to be able to get out and do this. But, I can't imagine to be like that, like Barry and just, he is an inspiration.
Absolutely.
But folks, unfortunately, we're out of time for this week. We hope you enjoyed the show. We enjoyed bringing it to you. And so until next week,
we'll see you on the mountain.